This series to me had a very good start, but in the end it kind of just fizzled out, and that really sucks. Hey, what's up, nerd fam? This is your boy. I want to welcome you to Enter the Nerd. So I just finished, just finished. It was like a week ago. Watching Jurassic World Dominion, and the little kid in me really wanted to love that movie, especially because it was the end of, the Jurassic Park kind of saga, especially because they brought back the old people. But it just really wasn't good. Yeah, and that's strange when you have such low expectations, because it's like, you gotta show me dinosaurs, right? But I wanted to take the time to just kind of reflect over the series, not just that movie, very quickly, and see how the hell did we get here? Starting with Jurassic World, right? I thought that was a great start to this trilogy, only because obviously you have this brand new park, you got these new characters in Claire, Pratt, I don't know why am I forgetting Chris Pratt's character's name, but him training the raptors, and obviously the next step in what InGen would be doing, which is, we already have these other dinosaurs, but what's new? We have to genetically engineer a new dinosaur and mixing DNA, which obviously is a problem. That was an inherent problem. Everyone was telling everybody about it, especially because, it doesn't mean you can control them. And the Indominus Rex, which was like the villain of the movie, was extremely smart. Now, they stayed to the basic principle, which is, as soon as the barrier between dinosaurs and humans breaks, all hell breaks loose. And it did. As soon as the Indominus Rex broke into the aviary, all the pterodactyls and all that went out, and people were getting stabbed and drowned and all that. The Indominus obviously was part raptor, was gathering up all the raptors and destroying everybody, and then has to get into a fight with the Tyrannosaurus Rex. It is what it was, pretty much on par for what you expect, but storyline is linear. Have that new park, we have the problem, gotta solve the problem. By the end of the movie, we know they still had plans to create smaller Indominus Rexes. Henry Wu got away, so this is not gonna be the end of it. Okay, following that, we have Fallen Kingdom, and it was weird because immediately this island's getting destroyed. I probably would have had that towards the end of the movie, but whatever. So now they gotta go there and get these dinosaurs. Now understand something. We've been suspending belief for a long time because they're dinosaurs, right? Like, the fact that dinosaurs are here, you're already suspending belief. But this is where they really started to stretch it. Like, how the hell were they gonna transport all of these dinosaurs, right? Like, it was pretty crazy, especially because how many crates did you have to bring? They had to literally, the director actually said it, they had to make the Tyrannosaurus smaller in this film just to justify him getting captured. It was kind of crazy. But, and I hated the character Franklin, he sucked. He was just kind of a weenie the entire film. And this weird thing about this girl being like a paleo veterinarian, but she never see the dinosaur in person. It was hilarious. Like, she's like, yes, I'm a paleo veterinarian. It's a real thing. And then she sees it. I'm so glad to see this in person. You're like, so then how are you a veterinarian without having practice? It wouldn't have made sense for her to be on the park, maybe helping heal the smaller dinosaurs or whatever. But that's how she knows Claire. I don't know. They never really explained that. But whatever. And I know you might be thinking, oh wow, you're taking this too seriously for like a Jurassic Park movie. I'm just saying, they set these type of parameters, so I'm just going by what they said. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's like, at least make sense within your context of the world, right? Now I'm going to be going back and forth a few times. In Jurassic World, there was really no getting away from these dinosaurs. Nobody was really running on foot away from like the raptors and everything, except for that one scene that Claire did with the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now it's obviously for, Ian Malcolm's character, it was an homage to that. But this is when we start just running on foot from raptors and everything. Like, their ability to outrun them was just crazy. Especially the Indoraptor. What the hell? Like, who's outrunning that? It was just nuts. To the point where, even when they get to the whole auction part, right? And which makes sense, right? People would want to own a dinosaur. They want to own tigers and lions and stuff. Like, why wouldn't they want to own a dinosaur? But it's like, what you gonna do with it? This whole series has been like, you need a lot of resources just to have a dinosaur. But then this dude is like, I want 2 carnivores. Not even, which ones? Let me just get 2 of them. What you gonna do with them? What you gonna do with them? You have 2 raptors? You got raptor trainers? You just gonna throw some meat in there? You have like a housing? You have a housing for it? Because it seems like these guys who know dinosaurs have housings and they never work. They never work. They couldn't even handle that dinosaur that was headbutting the crap out of everybody. Like literally just, that dinosaur was a problem. What you gonna do with the rest of them? Let me get 2 carnivores. What the hell's going on here, right? And then the whole clone thing. I think that was just the most unnecessary part of this. And I get it. It's like using that same DNA to kind of progress to the clone girl. It's like, okay, I get it. But, I'm forgetting that the main problem which leads into Dominion. We always knew that these dinosaurs were an issue, even existing, because they mess up the ecosystem, especially if they were to get out. That's what Ian Malcolm and all of them were talking about, even in Jurassic Park, like we're playing God here. And then, at the end of Fallen Kingdom, they get let out. And it's like, that right there is what Dominion needs to be, the entire movie needs to be about, because that is a problem. And they kind of demonstrate it at the end of Fallen Kingdom, right? They show the mosasaur in the water, like, opening his mouth to start eating surfers, which, by the way, that dinosaur by itself is a problem. It jumped on land. If it wasn't for that dinosaur, they would have died against the Indominus, right? It literally jumped on land to go get him. It got a guy on a helicopter at some point. Like, it's just a badass, right? And then they had that weird scene where the Tyrannosaurus is, like, roaring at the lion. It's like, where the hell were they? Right? But it was just, like, I get it. Like, once again, we've been suspending belief, but it's like, they're really, it's like, as long as these movies went on, like, they just really kept dragging to the point where you're like, all right, even in this world, this just kind of seems stupid. And then in the next movie, you've got, like, random long necks in the middle of construction sites, which would happen if they're going to be out there in the wild, but also all the carnivores would be out there. So it's like, when they were on that island and all those congressmen were getting together and they were like, nah, we might have to let them die. Everybody was like really sad for that, but it's like, honestly, that was probably the most logical thing to think about, because what are you going to do? People are going to get trampled over. And once again, we know that even if you take like a frog or a snake or something like that, they are going, if you put any animal in another ecosystem where it's not supposed to be, it's an invasive species. Just one can mess it up. Now you got these giant lizards that are not supposed to be here from 65 billion years ago, and you're like, oh, we're just gonna have to deal with it. No, we're going to die. Specifically from the flying ones. Remember, them by themselves. They had to create a sensor in Dominion. They had to create a sensor for the planes to ward off any flying. The fact that you had to do that lets you know, like, it's a problem, because if the planes are not gonna be safe, what are the people just walking around? We saw what happened in Jurassic World. So now there's no barrier between humans and dinosaurs. That's a problem. Jurassic World set it, Jurassic Park set it up, so that could be the whole thing. But instead, the dinosaurs actually kind of took a back seat to Dominion, and it was really about this company getting this girl and trying to get her DNA to stop these genetically engineered locusts from eating all the crops. It's like, is that really what we wanted to see in the last Jurassic Park Dominion? And yes, they had the older people come in there, but they were honestly just there for weird nostalgic moments, including Ian Malcolm doing the whole Tyrannosaurus thing again. So we got that 3 times. Did we really need that? No, we didn't. And everybody, even like, Chris Pratt's character, Claire, they kind of like just took a back seat. It was really strange. To be honest, if it were me, because like I would have the balls to do this, I'd probably kill the main characters along with the dinosaurs, because what they did at the end was super nonsensical. They showed the person who the girl was cloned from or whatever, saying we're in this ecosystem. We have to trust each other. What do they show? Triceratops running with elephants, iguanodons running with horses, which by the way Chris Pratt was like wrangling, it was crazy, and a mosasaur swimming with humpback whales. He's killing everything in the ocean. He's killing everything, right? Which is, it's nuts. It's nuts. Even in this movie, like, this is not gonna happen. That's crazy, right? But they honestly, they might have just had to kill these dinosaurs. And maybe the original people would have had to die with it just to kind of like really close the loop, or, you know, something like that. But it's like, they also toned it down because in World and Fallen Kingdom, it was extremely violent. Not saying that nobody got eaten in Dominion, but slightly less, because it was like they wanted it to be a more family-friendly film somehow, even though at some point they were like dinosaurs in the middle of Italy. I'm like, I don't know, some guy in I think a Vespa got eaten, but whatever. Like, these people in the black market, how are they getting them? Some girl had like this laser pointer, and she had her own, I mean, I guess if Chris Pratt's character could do it, but it's like, he was like a specialist. Did they have his tapes? I don't know. It was weird. To find this to be unbelievable, even in this world, is saying something. It wasn't very good. If you can poke this many holes in a Jurassic Park or World movie, you know it's kind of strange, right? Because it's always been very straightforward. We have dinosaurs, but once they get out, we got a problem. They're out, and for some reason, they're acting like it's not really a problem, right? That's just what I think about it. Let me know what you think about the series, because honestly, I feel the series had a great start, but they just kept getting worse after. And it's weird because they're made by the same director, but I guess he just wasn't that good, or just didn't really have the passion to do it right. Because think about it. I watched movies like Godzilla and King Kong. I wasn't expecting a lot. I needed to see a fight and have a definitive winner. They gave me that. So believe me, I'm not trying to have this be like some, you know, like super scientifically accurate thing. But in this movie, and they've been including some scientifically accurate stuff. So you can't include that and set like a parameter, and then when I look at the parameter, you're like, all right, now let's just move that goalpost. Nah. Let me know what you think about the series. Do you still love the series? Did you love this movie? Let me know. Let's talk about it. Enter the Nerd.